In the 1960s, America was building a plane that could cross the Atlantic in under 3 hours. Faster than a bullet, faster than sound itself. The prototypes were already under construction. 26 airlines had placed orders, 60,000 jobs were on the line. And then, with a single vote in the United States Senate, it was canceled forever. This is the story of the Boeing 707, the American supersonic jet that never flew. If you enjoy stories about the technology America built and then left behind, hit subscribe. We post new videos like this every week. Let's go back to where it all started. In June 1963, President John F. Kennedy stood before the country and announced that the United States would build its own supersonic passenger jet. It wasn't just about speed. Britain and France were already developing the Concorde together, and the Soviet Union was racing ahead with its own supersonic jet, the Tupolev Tu-144. Kennedy didn't want America left behind in the skies the way it had briefly fallen behind in space. Boeing entered the competition with a bold design, swing wings that could change shape mid-flight, similar to a fighter jet, built into a passenger airliner nearly the size of a football field. In January 1967, Boeing won the contract. The project was given a name, the Boeing 707. On paper, the 2707 wasn't just competing with Concorde, it was designed to completely outclass it. Concorde would carry around 100 passengers at just over Mach 2. The Boeing 707 was designed to carry up to 300 passengers at Mach 2.7, roughly 2,070 miles per hour. To survive those speeds, ordinary aluminum wouldn't work. The friction against the air alone would weaken it. So Boeing had to build the entire aircraft out of titanium, a material so difficult to manufacture at that scale that new construction techniques had to be invented from scratch. The engines were just as extreme, for General Electric turbojets, among the largest and most powerful ever built for an aircraft at the time. By the late 1960s, 26 airlines had placed orders for the plane. It looked like America was about to win the supersonic race outright. But the more Boeing engineers worked on the 2707, the more problems appeared. The swing wing design, the same feature that made the plane so ambitious, turned out to be dangerously heavy. Engineers eventually had to abandon it completely and redesign the aircraft with a simpler fixed delta wing, costing enormous amounts of time and money. Meanwhile, the public mood in America was shifting. Sonic booms from supersonic test flights were rattling windows and unsettling entire towns. Environmental groups raised concerns about ozone damage and noise pollution on a scale never seen in commercial aviation. By 1970, the same year Concorde was already being prepared for its first flights in Europe, the Boeing 707 still hadn't produced a single completed prototype. In March 1971, the debate over the 2707's future reached the United States Senate. Critics pointed to a program that had already consumed more than $1 billion taxpayer dollars, with costs still climbing. Environmental opposition had grown louder, and many in Congress had simply lost confidence the aircraft would ever become commercially viable. The vote came down to a razor-thin margin. The Senate chose to cut off all federal funding by a single vote. It was the first time Congress had ever killed a major aerospace program through a direct vote. Not one rivet of the final aircraft had ever been assembled. Only the full-scale mock-ups existed. Boeing laid off more than 60,000 workers almost immediately. The company pivoted its full attention to a very different aircraft it had also been developing, a large, subsonic, 4-engine jet that would go on to define air travel for the next 50 years, the Boeing 747. Concorde went on to fly for 27 years, carrying passengers across the Atlantic at supersonic speed until it was retired in 2003. America never got its equivalent. To this day, no American-built supersonic airliner has ever carried a paying passenger. More than 50 years later, companies are once again racing to bring supersonic passenger flight back. NASA and Lockheed Martin have even built a new experimental supersonic aircraft designed to fly without a disruptive sonic boom at all. But for over half a century, the fastest passenger jet America ever built never left the ground. The Boeing 1707 is a reminder that some of the most ambitious American technology never failed because it didn't work. It failed because of cost, politics, and timing. If you want to see more stories like this, lost technology, canceled programs, forgotten inventions, let me know in the comments what we should cover next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.